time, right? Now, well, we're standing or sitting together here, not just to see each other. You're seeing me, I'm not seeing you, regretfully, but we are here basically because we want to talk about something new, right? It's not just chatting, it's because we have something. There is a new dermatoscope from Heine, and the question is why? Why is it time for a new dermatoscope? That's what we're going to be talking about right now. Yeah. Why is it time? The main topic is how we develop our products. And what we are doing is looking very closely on what are the latest scientific findings that you will find. Yeah. And in the last 3-4 years, we have seen that a couple of things had happened. Yeah, there is a new weighing of dermoscopic structures along with increased efforts for early detection, and this is shown by this by the study published by Williams et al. On 2021. Yeah, one of their or most of their findings were evaluating what kind of structures are associated with the highest risk of melanoma so that you can have a ranking, right? And the structures that were defined by this study were first, irregular pigmentation, blue-white veil, pseudopods, shiny white structures, and peppering. Yeah, this is the study that we're talking about, published in the JAMA. One thing. So we're looking into the different scientific evidence, right? In talking about scientific evidence, they are also recently developed diagnostic algorithms. Yeah, the two-step algorithm by Brown and Margoup from 2019 that is showing us in this card, for example, the different kind of lesions that you have. For example, the number 3, the basal cell carcinoma, and it will be showing you which kind of different signs you will need to look for actually there. You will see that in the card. And if you go to the other side of the card, to the card 2, the melanoma-specific structures on the normal skin, the difference for the normal skin, what you need to be looking for is exactly for the same things that we mentioned before, or that was mentioned also in the Williams study. Right, so we have, for example, the blue-white veil. You have the peppering. You have the shiny white structures. Yeah, so there are structures that we need to be looking for, and that we need for doing a better and more updated diagnostic on the clinic. Right, those are part of the scientific part, but obviously, what we need to be doing also as a market leader is to hear to the to listen to the market. Who's the market? It's you, for example. It's our own team. It's the people that we're meeting, the experts that we're meeting in congresses, in co-travelings, and special visits. When we're talking with societies, and we're getting this kind of feedback, mentioning especially very summarized couple of aspects. One of them is they would love to have a very good spatial impression of the lesions, not very flat, but that you can have the feeling that there is kind of a depth, right, in the lesions. That would be very helpful. The other thing is, depending a little bit on the region that they are located and how they are used to do the dermatoscopic procedures, they are used to a certain light temperature that might be different to the standard one that we are showing, right? And they would love to have as many accessories as possible for very specific demands, yeah? And the very specific demands means if you're the market leader, you need to attend those demands, right? And that's what we want to be doing. And this is how we are basing actually our thought of the next level dermatoscopy. Yeah, that's exactly the thought. Now, what's coming is actually our latest product. is the Heine Delta 30 Pro. We're really proud to show it to you for the first time in this way. We're really happy and are really excited to be able to present this. It's quite funny because we have a room full of people here that are looking at our presentations, and we try to stay still, but we see what's happening here. We see the room vibrating. Thanks, Guy, for maintaining the composture right now. And the Heine Delta 30 Pro is made for, invented to discover. Discover what? Guess what? Exactly the structures that we were talking about before. We have done a lot of work in order to be able to give the market, to give our customers and you the right tool for what's expected. Now, Delta 30 Pro at a glance. Very short summary. Guess what we're trying to achieve and what we are achieving with this product? Exactly to give this extremely vivid and spatial impression of the lesion so that you can really define and notice the differences and notice the special signs that you need to be looking for during the diagnosis. You are getting the possibility of getting or of choosing the light temperature that you are preferring to use with the Heine color shift. You will be able to adjust the light intensity as we know it from the Delta 30. And what else can you expect from Heine? To have products that are sturdy and durable, legendary quality, that's what we know, and longevity of the products. This is what we are bringing also with the Delta 30 Pro. Yeah. If we put a product into the market, this should be easy to use, intuitive to use, and the ergonomy should be working. And that's exactly what you will have with the Delta 30 Pro. We will go a little bit more in detail after this. What's important also is that obviously we need to consider the digital documentation, because we were talking about the trend of the teledermatoscopy and telemedicine, and this is really important for that. So the digital documentation can be done via the exclusive app that you know already and via the adapters that you know for the Delta 30. Now, if you look into our portfolio, what do we have in our portfolio? This is what we have in our portfolio. You have always, for every kind of segment on the market, you have the top product, right? You have the best product that you can have for different usage situation, also for different pockets, right? So now you have on top of what we have right now, the Mini 3000, the Delta 1, the IC1, the Delta 20, the Delta 30. Now we have on top the Delta 30 Pro. Why? Because we always want to have the best product. We always want to have the premium product. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure with this kind of appetizer, you would like to have more details regarding the Delta 30 Pro. And for that, I'm very glad to give you Axel Rolle, who is our product manager for dermatoscopy.
Welcome, everybody. So I will take you through the technical details of the Delta 30 Pro. During the next minutes, we will take a deep dive into the instrument and into the backgrounds, how we did it, why we did it. We will start with the Delta 30, because the Delta 30 forms the base, the technical base from which we are coming. And which we started. So let's remember what the Delta 30 did to the market, did to the analog dermatoscopy. It formed a quite new standard because it changed the way how the examination was done. It's no more a nose on the patient. It's a comfortable distance from eye to the instrument that respects the privacy distance of the patient. And this is thanks to one technical feature, the very big lens which is used for the instrument, 30mm lens diameter. And from this, a central static view field of 18.5 millimeters without distortions perfect quality from edge to edge, which is still a benchmark for the competition. We have derived from that this big eye to lens distance of about 20 to 30 centimeters, which you see illustrated here in the picture, together with the known homogeneous illumination known for all of our Heine products and the high color accuracy. This formed the big market success of the Delta 30. So the question was, how can we improve this excellent product? Our goal was to make the diagnosis with the instrument even more accurate, reliable, and earlier, if possible, because this is the crucial thing when you try to discover cancer, because the earlier you detect the cancer, the earlier you have the right diagnosis, the easier this kind of lesions or this kind of illness is to be cured. To reach this, we have tried to improve the spatial impression of the lesion, because this gives the user at once an impression how malignant the lesion is, if it's more superficial or if it's already deeper down into the tissue. To reach this, we have worked on the picture quality of the instrument by arranging the LED HQ elements in a new way, so that we reach a deeper light penetration into the tissue thanks to an angled and directional LED arrangement that leads to a better contrast between dark and white structures and an easier and faster diagnosis. Of course, we have kept all the important functions the Delta 30 had and has. This is the toggle function, which changes the light between polarized and non-polarized. This is, of course, the crystal clear image, so the optics are unchanged. The image quality is as good as with the Delta 30. And we have, of course, kept the main advantage, the big lens and the big view field. I already mentioned that we worked on the quality of the picture. So the quality of the picture is mainly influenced by scattered light. And to reduce this, or if you are able to reduce that stray light, that scattered light, then the picture becomes clearer and you have more contrast. And we have taken 3 measures that reduced that stray light and enhanced the contrast. The first was we have used smaller LED with lenses. This is shown in the picture on the right side at the bottom, compared to the situation with the Delta 30 in the upper sketch. So the smaller LEDs generate a more focused beam that penetrates deeper into the tissue and they are causing less reflections as shown in the pictures. And that means that you have a clearer, less foggy picture. Besides that, this way of lighting is more energy efficient. That means that at the same brightness level, you have a lower energy consumption, which leads to a longer battery lifetime. The second measure was an inclined LED arrangement. So the LEDs are tilted now. That means that you again have less scattered light into the lens through which you see the picture, because the tilting angle leads on one hand to a better penetration into the tissue due to a harmonization of the angle, of the refraction angle with the human skin, and additionally, due to a bigger distance between the optics and the light source. The third measure we have integrated is we have changed the polarization system from circular polarization, as with the Delta 30, to a cross polarization system, which consists of 2 linear polarization filters, as it is shown in the sketch here. And in this system, the second one, or one of them, is twisted in a certain angle to the other one. And so you have a very effective filtering of scattered light, a cleaner picture, and again, a higher contrast. And one thing with the cross polarization we have learned is that the glowing of the dermatoscopic structures, especially that one Walter mentioned, is probably better visible with the human eye. But that's not all we were working on. We have added the so-called Heine color shift. This function gives you, for the first time, the possibility to adapt the instrument to the habits of the user. You can change the color level of the illumination from warm white to neutral white, cold white, and bluish white. And that means that you can just adjust it to your individual preferences, or maybe to the challenges of the lesion for your examination, or to follow your specific examination algorithm. You can start with the warm white at about 5,000 Kelvin, 5,500 Kelvin. This is the color level which is known for all Heine instruments up to now. But then you can exceed this to neutral white, about 6,500 Kelvin, cold white, 8,500 Kelvin, and up to a very extreme blue color of 11,000 Kelvin, which gives you the maximum contrast between melanin and normal skin. So we have talked a lot about theory now. I want to show you the clinical result, or an example of the clinical result. And this is shown in this picture. You can see here a huge melanoma. You can compare the scale, which is about 1 centimeter. So it exceeds the scale, but nevertheless, it's completely displayed by the instrument thanks to the big view field of the instrument. And even at the borders of the lens, you have a very sharp, crystal clear image. You can see all the structures we have talked about the last minutes. You see whitish structures, you see blue-white veil, you see peppering, you see very dark areas, and you also can see that there are deeper areas of the lesion. So we can summarize that we have more contrast in details thanks to less stray light, which results in enhanced differentiation of characteristic dermatoscopic structures. But we wouldn't be Heine if we wouldn't have also worked on an increase of the durability of the instrument. Of course, the instrument still has the aluminum frame, which is around which is it built. So this makes the instrument very sturdy, durable, and reliable. But we have added new plastics that are even more resistant for disinfectants. We have an excellent cleaning of the instrument. We have glass lenses, and we have improved battery lifetime due to the higher energy efficiency of the instrument. Another point, very important for users, is the workflow. So the instrument needs to be intuitive and ergonomic. And so even though we have added new functions, ergonomics and handling is still exceptional easy and fast. We have even improved that by adding a scale on the eyepiece so that you easily now can adjust the focus settings or the pre-settings of the focus for specific users, or if you want to do digital documentation to a camera or a smartphone, so that you at once get a sharp image and sharp picture. We have integrated a USB-C charging port. That means that you do not longer take care of the direction of the plug when you charge the instrument. So this is causing less errors and makes it even easier and faster and more safe to charge the instrument. Of course, the battery is still lithium-ion technology with no memory effect. We have still 3 light intensities to change the brightness of the illumination. Of course, it's 10 times magnification. We have the small contact plate as a very important accessory. So handling is still exceptional. At the end, I have one cherry left for you. It's a small one, but it's a very, very sweet one, I think. It's a new accessory called the Heine Distance. It's a working ring which can replace the contact plate. And this gives you a very universal and unique tool that rises the instrument to a very new and higher level of usability. And this is unique and not available from competition at this time. It's suitable for the Delta 30 and the Delta 30 Pro. You can do a lot of things. I will just highlight some of them. One is a pressure-free examination of raised lesions and superficial vessels, which is very important in BCC and SCC lesions, because they are mainly identified by the vessels, by the vessel structure. So if you have no pressure on that vessel structure, you easier can rate that lesions. You can examine minor wounds or ulcerative tumors, like BCCs that have grown for a long time and are bleeding. So the instrument won't be in contact with blood thanks to this tool. But you also can do things like very practical things like marking lesions for biopsy or resections, or using, like here, instruments under magnification to remove foreign bodies or splinters, or for example, also parasites, or to remove very small sutures, which you normally have difficulties to see. Of course, as all Heine products, the instrument is stable and robust. It's built of aluminium and it's reusable. So thank you. That's from my side. And I will hand over back to Walter.
Thank you very much, Axel, for giving us this update on these details on the Delta 30 Pro. There are obviously a couple of things that we are maintaining from the Delta 30, so let's call them legacy topics. We have product case and dimension which remain unchanged. You have the full compatibility of accessories such as the contact plates, the charger station. Interesting. Also, obviously, the distance working ring is going to be compatible. Sorry for this. You have the same lens and the same LED HQ that we know from Heine. And as Axel was mentioning, the most technical changes do concern mainly the inner parts of the product, right? Now, talking about the operation of this product, how to handle that. We said that we need an easy to operate product. We said that it has to be intuitive, that you shouldn't be having hidden functions and all these kind of things. So let me go through what we have there for the operation. On the left side, you have a key, which is P for polarization. So when you turn your device on with the middle button, you will always have the polarized version on. Yeah, so you can turn it off and on with the P. As I was saying, you can start and turn off the device with the medium key, and then you have the color shift with the 4 different settings that Axel was mentioning with the right C button. Now, you have obviously some indicators. 2 of them are on the left side of the device, the polarization indicator with the P, the color shift light temperature indicator with the C. And below the instrument, you have other indicators for battery level, as you know them already. And on the right side, you have the brightness. So you have 4 buttons to operate the full device. Okay, this is the Delta 30 Pro in a close-up, and this we have the eyepiece with the different measurements that Axel was referring to before. And this is the USB connector, and next to the USB connector you will see 2 small pins, so to say, on the left and the right, or small plates actually, and they are used for charging on the charger station. Disregarding the Delta 30 Pro operation, now you can imagine that for a product like this, a product which is a premium one, we have designed and created something special for you, and it has to be a proper marketing campaign, right? For that, I would like to pass the word to Elizabeth, and what she will be presenting